Yusuf Estes, and I'm looking for something. Actually, I'm looking for someone. Is that someone you? I want Dawa partners, and you can be my Dawa partner right now. It's real easy. Just go to dawapartners.com, sign up, and join me. There are three things that I would like for you to be able to do. Any one of them or all of them. Beautiful. Number one, you will make dua. So you can be our Dawa partner, even if you don't go to the website, but I hope you do. Number two, share. Share this message and let other people know about becoming Dawa partners. And number three, help us financially. Donate on a monthly basis, even if it's small. Allah loves the thing that you do regularly, even if it's small, more than the thing that you do that's really big, but you only do it once. Join me as a Dawa partner. Do it now. Click, 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 click.
A way of life, a way of life, a way of life, a way of life. Islam is a way of life, a complete way.
And we're coming to you almost live from our studios right here in Southern California. Today, tonight actually, we have our doctor's night. And this is when we invite the doctors that we know to participate. And they do so graciously out of their own volunteer, of their time and effort, to be sure that we have the right perspective on what's going on in the world with health and how to stay healthy. I want to focus on the health side instead of just focusing on the, what to do after we got all the problems. So let's avoid the problems. I think that's a good idea. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And to help us with that tonight, all the way from Tampa, Florida. Now imagine we're in California, and just 30 years ago, if somebody would have said I was going to be talking with somebody in Florida from California, I would think, oh my goodness, who's going to pay for that call? That's going to be an expensive thing, even for 5 minutes. But now, look at this. We're talking and seeing each other through the Zoom and broadcasting on our satellite. And by the way, for you, it's all free. MashaAllah. Now let's get to Dr. Adel in Tampa, Florida. Assalamu alaikum, doctor.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And welcome, by the way, to our program tonight. I was talking about health and the importance of being healthy to start with, because I've heard you say so many times that if we have a strong immune system, then we avoid a lot of the problems that the doctors are seeing every day.
Absolutely. Prevention is the way to go. And 1 apple a day. And, this has been going on for years and centuries. The concept, in Arabic, al-wuqaya khayrun min al-'ilaj. Prevention, an ounce of prevention is better than tons of cure. So if you think about that, rather than just wait for something bad to happen and then do fixing in the hospital, acute care, send him out, then do not doing the right lifestyle changes and get rid of bad habits and get on with the, healthy lifestyle. Then you go back to the hospital, then you're going to go back in again and become a chronic disease, and all the chronic diseases cost us 85 to 90% of the total health care, which are largely preventable. So we got to change this paradigm into really working on prevention, and that will give us, save us a lot of money, give us a better quality of life, prevent the devastation, not only in health, but also the financial devastation, because unfortunately, number one for bankruptcy in the United States is unpaid medical bills. So, look at it from any aspect. It's a smart thing. It's the right thing to do. Prevention is the way to go, and it is achievable if we do the right things.
All right. Well, one of the things that I was looking at now, I don't know what happened to the Zoom. I was talking to you just before we went on the air, and I didn't even finish the sentence, and we were already on the air. But I have something, and I think it is in one of the cloud drives. I'm looking for it right now. And if I can find it, I think it is something that you're already familiar with. Yeah, here it is. This is, let me see if I can put it up here. Yeah, it looks like something from you, but maybe it's from Dr. Sultan. A common cause of chronic illness and misery in both children and adults. Why you want to know about allergies. Was that from you?
No.
All right.
I don't talk misery. I talk solution.
All right. Let's see. I don't even know how to go backward on this thing. Yeah, here we go. No, that's not right. And here's another one. It says allergy cure. Okay, this is allergy. So evidently this must be from Dr. Sultan, and we pick that up when we talk to him next week, inshallah.
Sure.
Okay, Doctor, let's start out with some of the things that we can do to build the immune system from day one. I know we've been talking about some of the things. Avoid the smoking. Dr. Sultan always likes to mention the smoking, the alcohol, and all the rest of it. But what is the positive stroke that we're looking for that we can just, from day one, we'll start out with a newborn baby. The mother should, let's start there, okay?
Sure.
What should the mother do?
Absolutely. The mom should stay away from all toxins,
Okay.
all narcotics, smoking, vaping, alcohol, all toxins. The mom has to take care of her nutrition because whatever she puts in, that's not just for her own nutrition, but also for the baby's health. And that means, fresh fruits and vegetables and, stay away from processed food, stay away from, refined sugar. And we talked about this yesterday, even with the quote unquote, sweetened law or, all those, products are not good, will lead to diabetes. And although the quote unquote are the replacement for regular sugar, but they also have cancer-producing substances that will promote obesity and have so many problems. We already discussed the fact that nutrition, good health, supplements, especially multivitamin and iron if needed, if mom has anemia, with regular checkups. This is very crucial for the health of her health and the health of the baby. Also, some may need some calcium, additional calcium supplementation, because mom becomes depleted with the calcium, especially for the bones of the baby. So all that is kind of preparing for the incoming child to the world to become healthy and to become, with a strong immune system. Obviously, the breastfeeding is the way to go when it comes to building the strong immune in health. And that's always encouraged and always number one choice for all moms to have breastfeeding to their babies, to get them all the immune substances, Ig, A, that comes from the mom's breast into the baby, and that prevents infections and prevents all opportunistic infections and the bad things from happening to the baby when they have strong immune system that comes in the mom's milk, because that's the nutrition. Then working on healthy lifestyle as well as balanced diet for mom. Stay away from processed food, like I said. Stay away from toxins. And have clean, water. This is very, very important, and a clean air. Then go on to the baby as the baby grows. That message and that lifestyle will continue. And then obviously, if there's issues that have to be checked for mom's health, whether it's as the age grows, whether it's high cholesterol or blood sugar or high blood pressure, should be addressed and treated and taken care of. But the same message as far as staying away from toxins, away from processed food, away from alcohol, smoking, tobacco, marijuana, all these illicit drugs that will definitely destroy the body and the nervous system and can cause devastation in the function of the brain and the heart and the vital organs, and it will lead to people to be devastated at an early age. We talked yesterday briefly about the CAT scan findings that for young adolescents that they start using marijuana and cannabis, they will actually lead to thinning of the cortex of the brain, simulating Alzheimer in old folks. So we have now a clear evidence in all the things that we've been talking about all along that this is something that unless and until we took care of it, then no matter how many vaccinations we get, no matter how many boosters that we get, because now this has been caused or advocated to be be the antidote, that is not going to be a long-term strategy. Maybe a short-term, just kind of stabilize things, but the only way to maintain a complete firewall against the invading pathogens, which is all around us, whether it's the viruses, bacteria, fungus, or even parasitic infection, that will only hit those who have weak immune system. We said that before, that the abuse of corticosteroids, for instance, or abuse of antibiotics will lead to secondary fungal infection, and that can be common with the steroids, because steroids will lead to raising the blood sugar, which can basically lead to diabetes, which kind of impairs the immune system and makes it weak and make people vulnerable to infection. And the liberal use of steroids, even in the setting of COVID-19, it should be reserved only for the severe cases in the intensive care unit, and that's a separate setting altogether, where they have reduced oxygen level in the blood. That is a separate kind of a situation, and reserved only for this kind of critical setting. But otherwise, for the overwhelming majority of people, they really don't need to have this high steroid intake that will render their men diabetic, and then hence weaken the immune system, and hence all the secondary infections, including the white fungus and the black fungus. And I think we discussed that as well. The one of the variants that's concerning right now, Delta variant, and I think in your neck of the wood in LA County, that they've been saying that it's coming, and it's have all these warnings about really having continuing to have measures in place, mask, the social distancing, all the hygienic precautions that will prevent this upcoming new wave of surge of Delta variant of coronavirus.
We have a phone call. It's exciting. Oh, answer the phone.
All right, I think we got to answer the phone.
Go ahead.
The phone is ringing.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
SH Yusuf.
All right.
Have a caller.
Assalamu alaikum. MashaAllah. Who is this, and where are you calling from?
This is Adnan. I'm calling from St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis, Missouri. We were just up there. Did you get to see us while we were there?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you. Thank you so much for calling today. Do you have a question for Dr. Adol, or what?
Yeah, I have a question for Dr. I want to know how I can use it.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's wait. Okay, We can't hear you because, let me ask you, are you on a speakerphone? Can you turn the speaker off?
No.
Okay, then I'll just hold it up here close. Go ahead.
Habagasota. I wanna know how I can the habagasota.
Ask it again real loud because we cannot hear.
Habagasota.
Yes.
The black seed. Black
Habagasota,
seed.
black seed.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, you want to know the therapeutic? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, we got that. Thank you so much. All
Thank
right,
you so much.
doctor, go ahead. Tell us about black seed.
Well, I would recommend, this, everybody on the planet should be on black seed for maintenance and for prevention and for therapy. So no matter how you cut it, should be on it, except for the babies less than 3 years, where the bone marrow and the natural defense system if you developed in the body. So, and if also pregnant women, those are the two categories that exempted from the chronic use or the regular use of black seed. So, but once a lady delivers, then she can go back in black seed. That will increase her milk. It will help her recovery from the delivery, and will give energy and mental sharpness, and also ability to fight infection and to prevent infection. And it helps to modulate the immune system from head to toe, whether it's a sinus problem, whether it's allergies, whether it's a skin lesions, whether it's high blood pressure, whether it's cancer, whether it's autoimmune disease, whether it's arthritis, inflammation in the body. It really modulates the immune system naturally, from head to toe. It's like a good cop that goes after the bad guys without really touching the healthy cells. So it works very selectively rather than chemotherapy, for instance, where it kills everything, the good and cells and the bad cells. And it's really fantastic. It has no side effects. It has no interaction with any other diseases. Like I said, you can
Okay,
have it.
yeah, let's talk about some of the different kinds that you can get, like the black seed oil. Is that okay?
Yes, the black seed oil you can have it. There's also gel capsules if if it comes with a concentrated amount of black seed oil. It comes in also with the black seed. It almost like sprinkles. You could sprinkle on salad, on food. You can have it that some people may actually have when you go to the some of the Middle Eastern stores, that they can have it on the pies. If you have like spinach pie, if you have cheese pie.
Wait, whoa, hold on a second. Doctor, you're telling me medication that I can put on my food?
It's not medication; it's a supplement. You could, like I said, there's multiple forms of the black seed. One of them is actually the black small particle that you could sprinkle just like pepper or salt, and you could put it on salad. You can put it on cheese. In addition to the high purified form that you can have in a gel capsule, or you can actually have in liquid form. So
Okay.
it's there in multiple formats. Everybody should
Thank
be on.
you. Thank you, sister. Thank you so much. All right, we have another caller. All right, let's get the Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sheikh Yusuf, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. Who is this and where are you calling us from?
My name is Bilal, and I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Houston, Texas. I grew up there. MashaAllah. We were over there just a few weeks ago. Did you get a chance to come out and see us?
No, sir, I did not.
Oh, okay.
You came. We are from Southwest.
Well, all right. We were down in Pearland. We were at different places. We really didn't want to advertise it because we felt like that it would be too much of a strain on the masjid to have a bunch of people there. So, and they turned out anyway. We were down there with Walid Basyuni down near Pearland. Do you know that area?
Yes, I'm close to the Happy Hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not very far. I grew up on Park Place Boulevard. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
All right.
I wish we know we could visit you. I have a question to the doctor. I have always had been low in vitamin D and having hard time boost my vitamin D. How do I do that?
How do we boost the vitamin D,
Vitamin D.
doctor? Yeah,
That's a
vitamin.
very good. That's a very good question. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Bilal. Okay, it's a very common issue, and it's obviously two components. If you're deficient in vitamin D, which is not uncommon, you should increase your supplements of vitamin D, and it depends on the level, the supplementation volume or amount or dosage should be adjusted accordingly. And usually, if it's a moderately deficient vitamin D, it's about 4,000 international units of vitamin D a day. Sometimes you need more. If it's really, really deficient, you can have shots up to 50,000 units, but on temporary basis, and then you go back to lower dose. The bottom line is, it's not a big deal. You can simply supplement that, and then you could have a follow up with your primary care or your physician who's following up on the vitamin D, and then once you reach close to normal or so, then you can go back to maintenance level. And 4,000 to 5,000 is reasonable a day, international units, and then adding to that exposure to sun, exercise, and also certain food that also will help.
Right now, doctor, I'm showing something on the screen that, with your approval, of course, if you don't mind, I'm putting it says sunlight, fish, cereal, whole grains, cheese, butter, and milk. That sounds like dairy products to me. Is that?
Yes, and along with calcium, because sometimes vitamin D issue is not only vitamin D, but also could have low calcium. So with that, you have added bone health through these dietary supplements that the chef just enumerated, as well as the exercise, sun exposure, and take the supplement. That should do it, and that should not be a major concern because it's easily fixable.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sister, for calling in. And
Thank you so much.
Inshallah
I
khair.
will do that. Jazakallah khair.
wa jazakum Allahu khairan. Thank you, sister. Somebody called in. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Somebody just called in. Well, sister was on the phone, so if you don't mind, just call us back. And
Absolutely.
let's give us a call back. I'm sorry that we were tied up there, but I think vitamin D, as you were talking about, there, I found a better picture. I think maybe let's look at this. And it says vitamin D is in carrots and meat and fish and peppers and eggs and cheese. Eggs. I like eggs.
Eggs,
Sweet
yes.
potato. Oh, yeah, man. I like sweet potato. Mangoes. Avocado. I had an avocado today. I had a whole entire great big avocado. And then it's saying melons, peaches, apricots, peppers.
It's a good
Squash.
widespread.
I
Yes.
like squash. Yeah, all right. That looks
So
delicious.
between eating those items, healthy items, all of them are healthy items, and supplementing by tablets, I think, and the sun exposure and a little bit of moderate exercise, that always put together will fix the vitamin D deficiency, which is, by the way, very, very common. But it's not a major issue once you adjust the diet and take the supplement, and then obviously follow up the levels.
I think this is artwork. It's yeah, it is. It's supposed to be a capsule, but it says vitamin D, and then the little pieces in there are shaped like D's. So I don't think that's a real capsule, is it?
Yes, there's the vitamin D capsules all over.
No, but
Um,
the little, it's clear on one part of
okay.
it,
No,
and it's
no, yeah,
shaped like a little D's.
I saw it. I saw it on Facebook. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. Well, okay. The gel caps, you were talking about those, and here they are. We can put those up. Everybody can look
And
at
of course, for Muslims, everyone listening, remember when you buy, look at the components of that, especially the covering layer. And the cover layer for most of the pharmaceutical, although starting to change, it's made out of gelatin. Most of the gelatin is made out of pork, unless specifically it says on the ingredients that's plant, gelatin, not animal, because the animal gelatin is from pork, so that is not good for Muslim consumption. That is something that you should be aware of.
What about? I see that there are some. Showing a picture of it right now, Doctor. It looks like these are gelatin capsules, but also solid capsules that are just like pills. Is what
you,
do
you have to look at the ingredient now. A lot of people, because the increasing Muslim population that actually demanded, I know we sent quite a few letters to pharmaceutical companies just to make sure that they are aware of these facts. And a lot of people say, "Oh, thank you for telling us because we really did not know." And that's part of the education that each and every one of us, rather than complaining about things, and just go and just tell people, educate them. Gelatin's for pork, for the most part. It's animal, part of gelatin, but there's also plant part of gelatin that's replacing that, and that's quite all right. That is no pork in it, and you just have to make sure. Now there's halal certification, coming on a lot of these products, and if you have the seal halal certification, most likely that the covering layer of this supplement, whether it's vitamin or black seed or anything else that is have
Here's
this
one
covering.
under halal that is showing this Medina D3.
There's so many of them, so many brands, but the bottom line is if it has some sort of authentication that will make people comfortable that they're not eating, or consuming a product that has pork in it. That's very important. So everybody, now it's so much easier now because you could just read the ingredients and make sure that you don't take anything that has animal gelatin, because for the most part it's derived from pork.
All right. I saw one, and I was trying to put it up. Here we go. I don't know what you think about this one, but it looks like it might be pretty decent. And what it says right on it, salam.
Still, you read the ingredients. I mean,
Yeah.
because somebody could just put this to lure consumers, and then it's not. So everything now is really with the current technology, and I believe halal products now is going to adapt a technology called blockchain technology. So you could trace down to exactly where this coming from, which factory, what ingredients, what's in it, and distributors, the whole bit through blockchain technology. That's going to be adapted for all halal products, and this is good because people can make sure that if something's wrong, they can trace it down and track it down, and then they could basically stop it if it's not halal. And if it is halal, then promote it. So it's coming, and this is one of the good advantage of using technology to really serve people and make sure that they getting safe products and halal products as well.
Here's another one. It said zaytun vitamins. But I wonder if they know that means dates.
Zaytun means olive for anybody it's an Arabic word.
Yeah, olives. Sorry. Yeah, zaytun is olives. And it says,
Zaytun, remember in the
Yeah.
Quran, wa turi sinin. This is straightened from the Quran.
MashaAllah. Anyway, So this is good. You know what? Maybe we better take a break because I think that it's time for us to have a break. So everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back right after this, and stay guided with.
Guidance TV.
All right, mashallah. Thank you, doctor. We'll be right back right after this, guys. Guidus TV, watched by many, loved by all. New Muslims, young Muslims, born Muslims, non-Muslims, all enjoy it. Guidus TV, never ads, always free. Let's keep it free, no ads. Support and share, and get guided with Guidus TV. And we are back, guys. I'd like to encourage you to be a supporter of Guidus TV. And it's not just about money, by the way. In fact, it's all about your dua. So if you don't mind, let's every night before you go to sleep, or if you wake up in the night, ask Allah to accept this effort that we're trying to do for His sake, and keep us on the right way, and keep us our niyyah, our intention for Him. Because if Allah accepts it, it's all good. But if Allah doesn't accept it, no matter what it was, it's worthless. So, yeah, I just want to encourage you to do that. If you can do more, then share the information that we're giving you, and tell people how they can also tune in. Tell people about our free app, the Guidus.app. And by the way, we're almost at now no longer 4,200 websites, almost 4,300 websites. Yeah, because we're keeping going and growing. As with your support, we've been able to do, even in the pandemic, we'll be able to hold on. And now, as we're starting to come out of this one thing, going into, unfortunately, something else. And I want the doctor to talk about that. Doctor, if you don't mind, can you tell us about this Delta thing? Is that serious, or are we we're out of the woods?
Thank you. We're not out of the woods yet. And please, 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 I'm going to repeat what I said yesterday. As we're approaching Eid al-Adha, this is the biggest, celebration in the Muslim calendar, the grand feast, if you would, that comes 70 days after the end of Ramadan, with pilgrimage and remembering all the rituals that Prophet Abraham has said. Now, LA County, where the Sheikh is, and it urges everybody to wear a mask indoors as Delta variant surges. Yes, you got to wear the mask, and the Sheikh is wearing the mask just to kind of reiterate and make sure that everybody's not forgetting about this. And so, I'm vaccinated, I'm going to throw the mask away or something like that. Number one, we don't know who's vaccinated, who's not. Number two, we don't know each person, their immune system status, is strong, is weak, or what. Number three, we don't know the person's chronic disease status, if they belong to diabetic situation, or have heart disease, or some other serious health conditions that make them more liable to have a recurrent
But doctor, now I've already had the 2 shots, so I'm okay. No matter what happens, I'm protected, right?
Well, that's up to a point. It's not an absolute protection. It's a relative protection, and it varies from one person to another. And I'll remind you with the sister that called in, a few weeks ago, and she mentioned the fact that she took 2 shots and she got COVID twice. But she mentioned also the reason, and she had rheumatoid arthritis, and she was taking an immune suppressive medication that which recommended to be stopped, obviously, because if it's weakened the immune system, that's making her more liable to get more infections. So getting the 2 shots is okay, but it's not the end of the story. It's just a beginning to put the people on some protective pathway. There are confusion out there, people what to do. Am I all safe? Am I all home free? It looks like there is another surge of Delta virus, more transmissible, and certainly causing a reason for concern. So I tell everybody, just please protect yourself and protect the others. And what is a simple measure like putting a mask on, especially if it's a closed space, especially if it's a big gathering, and for people who are opening up and the masajid and the mosque opening up and planning to have Eid prayer and so on. And by the way, happy Eid al-Adha, may Allah, happy, feast of sacrifice for everyone. And that's coming actually next month in about maybe in 26 days or so. So I would love very much for people to not to let guard in terms of having the mask on and keeping the social distancing, keeping the taking all the precautions, and yes, get vaccinated, and yes, do not get involved in any kind of high risk situation. If somebody have a depressed immune system, probably should stay home. Don't come and do that. Little kids, and anyone who have issues with their immune system should not be there, because you don't want this feast to turn into a super spreading event, a spreader event, in a lot of places, and say what happened? We took the vaccine and so on. So I'm begging everybody, please put the mask on. Please keep the social distance. Don't let the guard off. Continue to improve your immune system. Continue to improve your nutrition, because this stuff is not going away, regardless of what the name is, whether it's COVID-19 or new variant. Now we've been through 3 or 4 other variants in the past. Now it's a Delta virus. Maybe in a couple of months there may be something else around the fall, and so it's got to be ongoing effort, and the only way to stay guarded and safe, and also prevent others from getting infected is through these simple measures. There's nothing really extravagant or costly about it. Most of the people in facilities provide the masks anyway. If people don't get it, just need to put it on, and obviously continue on with enhanced sanitation and enhanced personal hygiene. That will continue no matter what. And for Muslims, we've been through this before about washing the hands frequently with the wudu, irrigating the nose, washing the mouth, washing the face and the head, as well as the feet. So again, flushing with using the bathroom. It's not just a dry sheets or tissues of paper. It's actually cleaning and thorough cleaning of the body to prevent this fecal oral transmission, and then getting the infection spread and more and more and more. So I think now people are pretty much on board for what's being continued to be said over the past 18 months of enhanced personal hygiene, continue to improve nutrition, continue to take precautions, and this will stay with us for a long time, to prevent people from getting devastated and getting sick and going to the hospital, and God forbid put in an ICU and all the devastation that follows.
Well, doctor, I would like to ask some questions about this. So if you're saying that my 2 shots are not the guarantee against this new thing, so we got another caller here, so let's take that call. Okay. All right. Salam alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. How are you, my dear brother?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
Canada.
Who is this?
Habib.
Habib, how are you, Habib?
I have a question for the doctor.
Okay.
In regards to eating properly and all this here stuff, what can we do to make sure that the food is properly, how can I say this? Properly, like sometimes because of bowel issues and things like this, the food is not absorbed into our system. So what can we take to change this?
Okay, let me ask a quick question. Salam alaikum, brother Habib. Do you think there's a problem with the indigestion? Is that what it is? I don't understand your question.
Well, it's more of a bowel issue. That's what I'm referring to, because some people
okay.
they have this problem where they eat food and it's like a lot of the nutritional value is not being absorbed into the body.
Okay,
And that's
very
why
good.
I'm wondering
Very good.
about what.
There's diseases that have to do with the bowel and interfere with the effective bowel absorption of the food and nutritional supplements. That could be, under many causes, infectious diarrhea, irritable bowel syndrome, and so on and so forth. I will not give you a blanket answer. It has to be specifically addressed to each and every individual. Sometimes could be lactate intolerance. Sometimes could be some people have the deficiency in the enzymes that digest milk, for instance. So they will have a specific remedy to take lactate-free milk, or a specific food that will provoke the bowel to go hyperactive and then start to go into massive diarrhea and lose its ability to absorb nutrients. So I think it's or it could be infectious cause that can do that as well. So I think it has to be case specific.
I think also. Sorry, I also think antibiotics can cause this problem too.
Absolutely, abusive antibiotic will do that, and will cause the good bacteria to be weakened, and then you have superimposed fungal infection. So you're absolutely right. Abusive antibiotics could do that as well. So very careful to number one, if things are persistent, then they should go and see a gastroenterologist or a digestive tract specialist to go through the differential or the potential causes in a methodological way, and then kind of address it accordingly.
All right. And
Sounds good. So what can you do? What can you do to boost the good bacteria?
Very good. Very good question. I think now there's some research about the use of probiotics, in yogurt and intake on regular basis. But the most important thing is to maintain the immune system strong, and with it, there will be the healthy bacteria intact, rather than like we mentioned, about the use of certain sugar substitutes, for instance, that will cause alteration in the bacteria of the gut, that will make the bacteria that's not harmful, and in the intestine, that's where it lives, that's their kind of territory. It will leave the gut and will go into the bloodstream and cause infections, and it could be lethal. And these like E. coli and some other lethal bacteria, that because it came out from where it's supposed to be, kind of its own habitat. That's where it's supposed to be living in the gut. But now, because of the either abusive antibiotics or intake of harmful substances like the refined sugar or sugar substitutes, it will alter the bacteria, and it will make it to go and invade the bloodstream.
And anything else, brother?
No, that would be it. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and may Allah bless you both. Assalamu
Thank you,
alaikum.
Brother Sharif.
Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullahi barakatuh. MashaAllah. Doctor, I want to come back to this idea, though, that this new variant you're talking about. So, do you foresee that this could be even worse than the first one? Because people would say, "No, I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. Just whatever happens, happens."
I think to answer you, we've been through this so many times already, with so many peaks already. This is going to be maybe the fifth wave or so of coronavirus, and everybody said, "Well, watch out. You know what? It's going to peak, within a month. You know what? In a month, it's going to be Eid al-Adha. So, can I give you more, heads up more than that?" It will be just by taking simple measures. And now everybody's is saying that all along. And maybe after Delta, there'll be another variant, and so on and so forth. So this is unfortunately going to be a long haul where we have to have some catch up phenomenon. I don't think there's how many vaccines can you put in an arm, somebody's arm. So that will come to a point where we just have to go back to strengthen the immune system, and that will be the only sustainable measure that everybody can protect their own body and immune system from those invading organisms by having this strong firewall that will prevent not just the infection, but will prevent heart disease, cancer, and other devastating chronic diseases.
So the bottom line, what you're saying is that unless we start really taking care of our bodies, that Almighty God gave us this body, if we don't start taking care of it really from the beginning, these afterward try to fix the problem, it's better not to get into the problem to start with. Is that, am I understanding that?
Very good, very good. And God forbid if somebody got into the problem for whatever reason, like we discussed the bad influence of peer pressure, for instance, getting into drugs and cannabis and other illicit drugs use and all that, and vaping and if you do, just get out of it, quit, and get back to normal, clean, drug-free kind of life, and then encourage others to do the same, because if people keep slipping into these unfortunately deep holes, sometimes they cannot come out of it, and that could lead to long-term devastating effects.
Okay, now I want to come back to this idea now. I feel like we should have Dr. Sultan, because he loves to talk about this, but the health prior to the whole pandemic thing. So, but what if somebody is in bad health already? What changes can they make? Well, like in my case, and I don't know if this is right, that's why I'm asking it as a question really, but in my case, I was so overweight and I was feeling so bad. I had to pray sitting down in a chair. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't bow down. I couldn't prostrate. And then also I couldn't go up any stairs. Was so much pain in my knees and joints from carrying all this weight. To lose nearly 90 pounds, I just took the advice of a brother in Kuwait, and he told me that because he looked so different, I thought maybe it was his cousin or brother or somebody that came to pick me up at the airport. And I look at him, I said, do you know somebody named Abdulaziz? He said, Yahi, I am Abdulaziz. Anyway, so he was telling me, and I tried it and it worked. So for the two of us, that's a proof right there, but I can't speak for the rest of the 7 billion people on the planet, obviously. But what we gave up was sugar. Anything processed sugar, anything with the carbs and that kind of stuff. So I give up the cereal, the rice, no rice, and for a Muslim not to eat rice, that's weird, right?
Stuff.
What do you think?
Yes. Well, that's what it takes, lifestyle modification. But look to what you have accomplished. Now you can make sujood, you can make ruku', you can make all the prayers, you can have the joy and the pleasure of putting your head on the ground to make sajda to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That could not be done before because of praying on the chair. All the pain going up and down the stairs, the arthritis, the something called sleep apnea. I'm sure there's a lot of high blood pressure. I'm sure it has a lot of strain on the heart, and so on and so forth. So actually, one of the factors, risk factors for coronavirus is obesity, believe it or not. when they looked at the risk factors that has been associated with coronavirus infection among diabetics and African American predominance, and also obesity, and as well as pre-existing weak immune system for whatever cause it has to be, whether they're taking immunosuppressive drugs or on cancer therapy, that will lead to increased incidence of coronavirus infection and all other infections, opportunistic infection for that matter. So maybe your story is inspirational for others that, you know what, if Sheikh Yusuf, alhamdulillah, was able to lose 90 pounds, you know what, everybody can, and everybody should be striving to get their ideal body weight, and everybody should encourage others to, eat healthy, intermittent fasting. وَإِن تَصُومُوا خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, fasting is good for you. When Allah said anything khair, follow it, do it. Anything Allah says khair and it's good for you, then do it, because there's going to be huge benefits, from all aspects, mentally, physically, spiritually, alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, you're a living witness, and I'm glad you're sharing this with everyone. And I hope that will be a wake up, and always be inspired to change. It's never too late. It's never too late, because some people say, "Oh, I'm kind of I'm after all these years, I'm going to do this now." Well, Sheikh did it, and you could do it as well. So that's a good encouragement. Jazakallah khair, for sharing this. Some people don't want or get shy about, sharing that, but this is an inspirational story, and then should be really be inculcated into the Muslim lifestyle, to be healthy, not to be overweight, not to be, have these chronic diseases, by adapting healthy lifestyles. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered in the Quran, halalan tayyiban, mimma razaqnahum halalan, or kullu mimma razaqnahum halalan tayyiban. Halal, yes, there's no pork in it or contamination, but tayyib mean healthy. So you eat halal and healthy, low fat, low cholesterol, low carbs, and yes, not processed, and good wholesome food. That's what the halal is all about. And so you cannot have halal food but it's full of fat and full of all the stuff that clogs the arteries and harm the health. So this has to go in hand with Allah, what Allah have ordained for us to stay healthy. Allah wants us to be strong enough to worship Him and do good on this earth, as our job description, that Allah describes, to enjoying what's right, forbid what's wrong, and to believe in Allah. That is our main job description that Allah put for us.
Well, you know what? We're running out of time. I didn't get the call from our control booth yet, but it looks like we should be off the air already. I don't know what's going on with that, but
it was 59.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah. I guess I better put on my mask, and we'll get ready to go off the air. But guys, take the advice of our doctor. This is very serious. Don't let your guard down now, because you don't know. Maybe right now could be the worst, but as long as we prepare for the worst, then Allah gives us the best. So get ready and hang in there. Mask, social distance, and hand sanitizer. Stay away from problems, guys. Please, please, please. I want you to keep on keeping on, and we can't do that if we're laying up in a hospital somewhere. Please, brothers. And remember this, that another aspect of this whole thing is that maybe your immune system is good, you're not having a problem, but it could be that you're carrying it to somebody else who will be affected, infected, affected, and maybe even die. And you would feel so bad if you knew that. So, guys, really, this is a good wake-up call for all of us. What do you say about that in closing, Doctor?
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And I hope the message has been reinforced to everyone. May Allah bless you. I think we're going to say salam for everyone right now.
Yusuf Estes. and I'm looking for something. Actually, I'm looking for someone. Is that someone you? I want Dawa partners, and you can be my Dawa partner right now. It's real easy. Just go to dawapartners.com, sign up, and join me. There are 3 things that I would like for you to be able to do. Any one of them or all of them. Beautiful. Number 1, you will make dua. So you can be our Dawa partner, even if you don't go to the website, but I hope you do. Number 2, share. Share this message and let other people know about becoming Dawa partners. And number 3, help us financially. Donate on a monthly basis, even if it's small. Allah loves the thing that you do regularly, even if it's small, more than the thing that you do that's really big, but you only do it once. Join me as a Dawa partner. Do it now. Click, 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 click.